What are you most scared of over the next months or year in this new venture?
I think everything I've done, there's fear behind it. If you don't explore a jump,
Yeah.
I think jumping is the scariest part. So you have all of these dreams and you jump for some of them because some of them feel a little more like realistic.
Yeah.
But when you do that big jump, the return on that can be much bigger. For me, I'm scared of like growing too much and not being able to balance everything.
All right, Tatiana Chamorro, Dallas, Texas. How long have you lived there now?
It's been about 6 years.
6 years. Now you're a little different than a lot of the people coming onto our franchise program. We're day 4 into training for franchises.
Day 4.
But you already have a successful agency. You're already doing multiple, like 6 figures. You're crushing it. You're growing. Why in the world would you stop? Not stop, but pivot and join a franchise model?
I think there's a lot of opportunities here. One of them being that scalability. So I am definitely going to be able to scale faster. But add to that the factor of keeping the quality. And to me, that's very important. Customer service is huge. Making sure that everything matches my clients' expectations is huge. And if I'm talking about scalability by myself, perhaps adding a couple more team members, that still doesn't allow me to scale as much as I could with you guys.
What are the different factors you think that will specifically enhance the ability to scale?
Definitely processes that are already established for specific services, and then also allowing me to have a bigger team behind me. So I am now not just me answering all the questions, but I have a certified team that knows what they're talking about as well, who is there to support me, who is there to allow me for any flexibility in terms of taking over certain things that might need to be taken over.
I think that's a good point, because at the end of the day, the franchise system, it's about support, it's about operations, but team is really what it boils down to, right?
And just to add to that, for me, it's not only about the team, but like who's the team, and is the team happy? What is the energy here? And that's huge. That's huge, and I see that here. So
yeah, we've been very blessed to bring on crazy people like yourself that are absolutely awesome, right? What are you most scared of over the next months or year in this new venture?
I think everything I've done, there's fear behind it. If you don't explore a jump, I think jumping is the scariest part. So you have all of these dreams and you jump for some of them because some of them feel a little more like realistic. Yeah. But when you do that big jump, the return on that can be much bigger. For me, I'm scared of, honestly, this is gonna sound weird, but I'm scared of like growing too much and not being able to balance everything, because once you start growing, there's certain things that could, maybe the customer service is going to come lower if I'm not able to put another team member, and I have to realize when. That's the time. I think being part of Hite Digital allows me to have, you guys part of the brainstorming. If I'm needing that support, you guys can tell me, hey, we're noticing this and that. Maybe you should add this team member. Yeah. So it allows me to maintain, like I said, that quality, that customer service with that scalability. And that, for me, is key.
Yeah. So what's your goal for year one? Like, we're going into December right now. We got 12 months ahead of us. We don't really know what's to expect, right? Is the pandemic going to go away? Is it stay around? What's your goal ending 2021?
I would say my goal for the next 6 months is to have 30 customers.
30 customers. Oh yeah, we can get you there. That's not a problem at all.
I know.
We're gonna make it happen. Our new partnership with Dave Ramsey. It's not even a problem. Not even a problem.
Yeah, I'm excited.
All right, I'm excited too. All right, very cool. Mr. Lauren, when did we first chat? What was the first conversation?
I think we're probably maybe 60 to 90 days in.
It's been a quick one, right?
Yeah.
Let me ask you, so what were you doing pre our conversation?
Pre our conversation, I was looking at trying to scale up my digital marketing agency from a fulfillment side. I wanted to build it, but I knew that I was kind of at this threshold. I can't go any further doing what I want to do.
Kind of stuck.
I couldn't go by myself.
Yeah. Now, we started having the conversation about franchising, right? What it looks like, and you were comparing franchises to coaching programs. You were comparing it to other ways of doing fulfillment. You were comparing a lot of different angles, right? What made you jump into this opportunity versus, I don't know, the other 100 opportunities?
Well, for me, it was the conversation that was based on the values, sharing like values or beliefs.
Now, most people say, "Oh, I chose franchising because you guys know product really well, you know prospecting really well, you know you've scaled." You're coming at a completely different angle,
Sure.
right?
Well, you've got that. That was kind of like, yeah, that's cool. Okay, so you do that. Well, the evidence for that's already there. That helped make the decision.
Yeah.
But I've also talked to other people who have that same thing.
Yeah,
They've got the same markers in place. They've got the same profit concept in place.
yeah,
So I can do that if I wanted to, but I don't want to build another business relationship. I have plenty of those.
yeah,
I like the family concept.
Yeah.
I love the idea that our focus is on family and that we're a very connected company,
yeah,
and that's what you've built. Yeah, and your story, your background, your history of telling me how you came from kind of zero to hero is, there's a way to grow business. It's not
Yeah.
on debt. It's not on.
yeah,
There's a way to do it right
yeah.
and have peace in the process.
Let me ask you, what are you most scared of with the franchise opportunity or growing your agency in and of itself?
For me, it's I've been through enough events in my life to where, especially business, things that seemed like the right thing to do at the time,
Yeah,
and they were, but they only lasted a certain period of time because they just weren't built. I think on that a solid foundation and a level
Yeah.
of a playing field that was as wide and broad as from a foundation standpoint. So I might have had my own abilities and reliance and skills, but I didn't bring anybody else in to say, hey, I got to have this wider foundation to really achieve success.
All right, Gustavo Tapia. Now, born and raised in California, right?
Yes, in San Francisco.
San Francisco. Why? Because you moved away for a while, and then you came back just a couple of years ago. Why?
When I was here in Nicaragua, I definitely enjoyed it. It was a really amazing experience, and I spent most of my 20s here, so it was amazing. But I always felt that I wanted to go back home.
Yeah.
Like, this is my second home, but that's my first home. So I always felt that I wanted to go back and continue to grow back in San Francisco with all the experience that I was able to get here.
Yeah. Now, you've been a part of Hite for 3 years now?
3 years.
In some way, shape, form, or fashion.
Yes.
So before that, you were with an Inc. 5000 agency. You guys were growing like crazy. Why did you initially choose to come over and be a part of our organization?
I really aligned with your goals, with your vision, and I did not feel happy anymore where I was before. So I really wanted to be a part of something new, and everything that you talked about was really something that really sparked my interest and that I really wanted to be a part of.
But let me ask you, so obviously you and I have grown the agency together, right? And you weren't treated any more special than anyone else when it came to the franchise opportunity. You know everything we know. You've been a part of this, right? So why not do it on your own? Why come into the franchise versus just starting your own website and rolling with it?
I think that one big factor is that I know the team and I know everyone that's involved, and they're all great people. And doing it with the support of Hite Digital, of course, will make everything much better. Yeah, with the support of Hite Digital, because I know everybody, I know they're all great people, and we are all aligned with our 3 pillars,
Yeah.
which is family, excellence, and growth.
Family, excellence, and growth. Let me ask you, now in the first day of training, franchise training, we made commitments. What are you committed to?
I am committed to being an inspiration to others.
Inspiration to others, which is exciting to me because that's where, as team member number 1, now we're at 70, now you're franchise number 1. And even just, immediately afterwards, we signed up 4 more franchises, right? And so it's really, really exciting. I think the most important factor here, as we're growing and scaling is just that, right? Like the team. And I'm glad that you mentioned that was the reason, because at the end of the day, that's the most important thing for me in growing an agency, right? Putting the right team members around me. We have amazing operations people, we have amazing tech people, we have amazing product leaders, so on and so forth. And how are they helping drive us forward?